I think Cloverfield is remembered most for its marketing campaign. There was sort of this mystery to it, and people have called it the J.J. Abrams mystery box campaign thing, I guess? I don't know too much about it, but I guess it works. And the trailer for this movie, 10 Cloverfield Lane, came out in January when nobody was expecting it. And the date was revealed to be in March, 2 months after the trailer came out. That is unheard of, to have a movie come out 2 months after the trailer. So of course, I got excited that it was coming out and a lot of other people did. But I gotta say, if you're expecting a Cloverfield sequel, you're going to be disappointed going into this. Thankfully, I read up about it and found out they were doing some kind of anthology thing, so I went in the theater not expecting a direct sequel to Cloverfield. Instead, I got a really nice thriller of a movie. Our main character, Michelle, is leaving her home, and she's driving somewhere and it's evident that she's having an argument with her boyfriend or something, but not much is revealed about that because she gets in a car accident and is run off the road. She passes out and wakes up in a bunker underground. Then John Goodman's character tells her there's been an attack and it's not safe to go outside, and that she's to stay with him and another character named Emmett. I don't want to give away too much in this movie because it is a mystery, and the movie keeps you guessing about what's going on, and what's really outside. And John Goodman tells Michelle that the air outside is contaminated, but is it? Is he telling the truth? And like a lot of people have been saying, this performance by John Goodman is one of his best. He can seem very threatening at times, and at other times he does seem genuine. And the actress that plays Michelle is also great. The story is pretty much told from her perspective. We as an audience have just as much information as she does, and it makes us just as paranoid and skeptical about what's going on. Emmett isn't as interesting a character, but he still gives a pretty good performance. Now, how the movie ends is something you're either gonna love or hate. And to be honest, I thought it was kinda silly, but also pretty cool at the same time. But the movie really isn't about how it ends. It's more about these tense moments between the characters. And thankfully, those tense moments are done really well. And I almost forgot to mention the score in this movie. The score in this movie is fantastic. It's one of the best scores I've heard since Hateful Eight. And that's pretty hard to do because that's Ennio Morricone. So this movie is sort of, I guess, part of an anthology series that they want to do, where it would be a film series of something like The Twilight Zone, which I would be all for. That'd be awesome. I'm sure that we'll talk more about this on the podcast next week. But if you're not sure about seeing this movie because it's not really tied to Cloverfield, just go into it not expecting Cloverfield. And you may be pleasantly surprised because it is a really good movie. And if you've already seen it, tell me what you thought down in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Well, by now we're getting a bit used to winter. We're like soldiers in the middle of a campaign, growing hardened to discomfort and better able to